and I guess there was a couple others that did the same. Anyway, always a pleasure to hear the success of the local group. You're so well organized, and my kudos. You show us all how it's done. So thanks for the report, Beck. Back to you for a final. VA3IMW, go ahead.
Yes, I shared a printed piece of paper with my wife, and I said, this is what everybody's raving about. Down the right-hand side of the page, we have call signs and park numbers, and across the top we have frequencies that we've chosen on the bands that we were going to work. Not really that difficult to organize. A very simple communication matrix, and it seems to work so well indeed. I think I'll get my my granddaughter to do the next one. It's so simple, but nonetheless, I certainly appreciate the kudos, and very simple organization task. You can do it with a doodling pencil in your spare time, but and of course we save the frequency matrix for the next time, so that's already done. Anyways, I'm giving my secrets away. Certainly looking forward to the next Treasures in the Trunk, and hopefully we can fill the quota for tables, and everybody gets a chance to get out and see each other. Anyways, thanks very much. It's getting along, and I know there's going to be some other folks that want to get in and say hi to you, so thanks again.
Okay, thanks, Mac. Stand by, Mac. Just a second.
Hi, Mac. This is Logan.
Well, it's Marty 3.0. Very good to hear you, and pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
7-3, my friend, hoping you're going to be an amateur in the next generation.
Sure that. Anyway, thanks, Mac. Thanks for standing by. Okay, we'll be clear with you at 7:59. I'd like to thank everybody who checked in this evening. As you can see, I'm on babysitting duty tonight, and so I probably am going to have to miss coffee, but we'll catch up in a week's time. And hope to talk to all the folks listening along next week, same time, same frequency. Until then, stay well and get on the air. This is VE3QEE, Marty in Ancaster, saying 73 for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday check-in net. We'll return the repeater to normal amateur use.
Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, the west end of Lake Ontario. And this is VE3 BK at the mic looking for check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, please go now. And we should be streaming live on YouTube, courtesy of VA3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. And if nobody checked in there, Chuck, maybe you can let me know if you're there. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
VA3 CJZ.
Yeah, VA3 CJZ. How you doing? And hey, were you streaming the 2-meter net? That's what Marty was promoting it there, or?
Oh, yes, I was. The Monday night, not the 2-meter net, the VE3 ZOE repeater for the Monday night accidental net. I just finished streaming that one, and then I caught the last 5 minutes of Marty's net, and then came over here.
Oh, roger on that. Yeah, okay, good. good stuff. And this frequency was in use before. It sounded like a DX station. I'm not sure if they were talking Spanish or what they were talking. It sounded like that and that going too. But anyway, and I put my call in. It sounded like he heard me. Anyway, but they've cleared off now. So we're going to have our net on here, and anybody is welcome to join in. You do not have to be a club member. So anybody, anywhere, if you want to check into our net, please go now. Okay, and just to let everybody know, we're streaming live on YouTube, courtesy of VA3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, and if anybody goes on there, you can listen to yourself or listen to us on there through the internet, and check in with Chuck in the login box there, and the chat box, and you can talk with Chuck and tell him you're there. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere, please go down. And Chuck, you're the first one in the log. Anyway, I was on the TV today, on the smart TV, and I put YouTube on, and I was listening to last Monday night, and yeah, it sounded really good. Okay, anybody else out there who wants to check into our net? This is Victor Echo 3, Bravo Kilowatt. Please go now. I can see how your radio works. Your radio works like the SDR, on mine too. It does the same thing. As somebody comes in and as they talk, they get stronger. So that's pretty good to hear. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HF net on a Monday night. If you want to check in, please go now.
Hey, by the way, Rick, you're coming in here at about 20 to 25 over S9. No receive amp on, and the 40-meter band looks pretty active right now.
Oh, Roger, yeah. Yeah, well, I heard that last week I was only 20 over, so it looks like the band's pretty good shape there right now. Anyway, okay, and yeah, I got my attenuator on. Let me get rid of that. Okay, anyway, okay, we're streaming live on YouTube on VA3CJZ. So if you can hear us and you're on YouTube, there, go into the chat box and chat with Chuck. Anyway, anybody else that's hearing me direct on the radio, there, please check in on VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Somebody tuning in, go ahead. Okay, try it once more there. We're not quite hearing you that good. Try it again. Could be some DX in there, Chuck. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on here. We might have to move. Anyway, this is Victor Echo 3 Delta, or V3 Bravo Kilowatt, the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net on a Monday night on 7150. Anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now. Okay, I think we're moving up, Chuck. Go to 7153. 7153. Cue us up.
Okay, but I don't see anything on the waterfall on this frequency other than us there, Rick. And it looks like it's busy on 7153, but if that's where you want to go, we'll go there.
Okay, I'm hearing through the STR some DX station. Okay, we'll stay here then. Stay here, it's easier. And yeah, 7153 was being used after our net last week, so I think there are some guys that use that as well. But we'll stay here for now, and if our DX stations are hearing us, they can let us know. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Looking for check-ins on the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Monday night HF net. Please go now. Yeah, they're pretty weak anyway. Pretty weak here, so that's no wonder you're not hearing them on the waterfall. Yeah, I don't see them on the waterfall. I see them myself, though. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Yeah, make sure it gets the right call. Anyway, anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now.
Victor Echo 3 Kilo Mike Quebec.
There he is.
Victor Echo 3 Kilo Mike Quebec, acknowledge. And anybody else in there, go ahead. Okay, nothing heard. Go ahead there, Mike.
Yeah, V3BK, V3KM2. Good evening, Rick. And anybody else who may be along this evening? Just thought I'd throw a check-in out there for you, say hello. And yeah, I was away for about a week and a half, visiting my family, my sister actually down in Texas. And yeah, just got back the hours of the morning this morning. A little tired, but still trying to catch up from the air travel and all that stuff. So good to be back home. Temperature's a little bit more realistic. But really nice weather we got here. Glad to have it. How are you doing these days?
Oh yeah, doing pretty good there, Mike. And thanks for checking. Yeah. So you went by plane. Okay, I was going to ask you, what's the weather like? And it sounds like it was pretty hot there or something. Because you said it was more reasonable here. Yeah, tell us what the weather was like in Texas, or.
Well, 3 words. Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, I'm still used to the old Fahrenheit scale, but it peaked around 96 yesterday, and yeah, it's just uncomfortable. Humid as well, but that's the way it is down that way in the Dallas area. And yeah, we had a good time visiting with family. But you know, it's always good to return home.
Oh yeah, hot. Yeah, well, that explains it. Anyway, Friday night we were on Echolink and we were talking to the guys in Georgia, and they went through a dry spell, but now they're getting a lot of rain. It sounds like what we had last month. So a lot of rain, and their temperatures is a little bit warmer than ours. So the prediction here was that during this week that it was going to be in the 20s or in the 70s, if you like the Fahrenheit scale. And I know it's been around that, or sometimes it gets warmer than that in my backyard. And it's a little bit warmer in the backyard than it is at the airport, I guess, where they actually do the temperature reading. But anyway, pretty nice weather. Nice weather to go out there in shirt sleeves and all that, and not too hot. So that's kind of nice there. But anyway, yeah, it's always nice getting home there, Mike, over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, very pleasant temperatures, certainly today. I don't know what the forecast holds for the rest of this week. I think it's going to be okay, but haven't really heard. But anyway, I was just looking at my log, and geez, I haven't done much HS work at all. The conditions really haven't been great. Certainly on the upper frequency bands, that's just the way it's been for the last, I don't know, whatever it is, 2 or 3 months, maybe more. I guess it's the cycle is certainly on its lower end at this point in time. I guess it'll be a while before it ever gets back to any sense of, usability, again, at least on the DX bands on 10 meters and so on. But I guess the go-to band right now would be, for HF at least, is 40. And I guess some of those who work FT8 certainly would have a little bit more luck, but I'm strictly a phone guy on sideband, so that's what I concentrate on. But oh well, it's just the way it is. We'll just have to enjoy the other aspects of the hobby there, Rick. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. And I was going to ask you, did you get out and about there? What was the price of gas in Texas? And just a comment, last I heard, all the tariffs and all that have been dropped. So we're probably going to get back to normal, before too long. But some things have changed, so maybe more expensive still for some things, and I'd like to see the price of gas get back to normal. Did you notice what it was down in Texas?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was running, of course, by the gallon, right, not the liter, and it ranged anywhere from $3.49 to $3.98 a gallon. And in fact, I topped up my sister's car, who had loaned it to me for a couple of days. And, so I got it at, I think it was $3.47 at their Walmart down there. They have the gas stations at Walmart. And, so I was checking Gas Buddy because I have that on my phone, and I saw back home here that it had dropped from what it was, which was around, I think, about $1.93 or $1.89, I think, when we left a liter. And it was down to like 169. So I think that's roughly where it is now, maybe even a little lower. So the next day or two, I'm going to have to tank up with gas. I don't know whether it's going to swing back up, but hopefully not. You were mentioning about tariffs and that. I haven't heard anything about tariffs being dropped necessarily. Hopefully that's good news. But I can tell you, there was some talk, and maybe that's just what it was, talk, a couple of months ago, maybe more, that, for little things like crossing the border for both Americans or Canadians going the other way, right, that you would be subject to, being taxed or the exemptions, rather, on goods purchased outside of your country. You would not receive the same, exemption that you would in the past. But that has not come to fruition. In other words, you can bring across, if you're away more than 48 hours, up to $800 per person. That's what it's been for a long time. And as it turns out, that's what it is now. Not that I purchased anything anywhere near that, but I was happy to see that that scare where it was going to drop right down to pretty much nothing, that, anything you pretty much brought across, no matter how long you were away, you'd have to pay duty on it. And that has not come to be, apparently. So that's good news. And some of the other things, the concerns, traveling across, there wasn't anything at all. It was pretty much straight through, no problems whatsoever. And, to be honest with you, a little bit nervous about it as to what might happen. But everything was fine, and so that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure, it's a good thing. Yeah, well, I think, generally speaking, that nothing's really changed. Maybe, the government's got a little bit greedy with these tariffs and stuff, but Anyway, hopefully that'll all sort itself out, and we'll see things get normal. I know that grocery prices and stuff, everything seems to have gone up. Price of coffee, well, everything. Anyway, yeah, I noticed one of the guys came back from Dayton early, and he said, oh, it's going to rain the next 2 days. No sense hooking around and staying around because the prices were super high and not a lot of people there. But some of the guys that went from Hamilton here, they didn't say anything about that. They said it rained one day, and they thought it was a good time down there. So, they're either used to the prices or, they went down to say they had been there and seen different things. Because I know there was a lot of, what would you call them, meetings or whatever with different groups. And so most of them were free too. And, but I heard the contest guys complaining about the contest dinner. The food was really poor. But hey, that's only 1 year, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, locally here, the tailgate treasures got canceled. It was supposed to be June the 13th in Grimsby, but it got canceled because they didn't have enough people to say they want tables and to get a space there, so they didn't. They thought it might be poorly attended, and they were blaming the price of gas maybe or other things, as to why people weren't committing themselves. But I figured that could have been hasty doing that, because I know from my experience in the contest site, some people just don't like to commit themselves. They show up, but they don't want to commit themselves, if you know what I mean. And anyway, that's the way it goes. Anyway, anything else? So I guess you haven't been doing anything with the ham radio if you've been away there, over?
Yeah, Roger on that, Rick. Not anything at all when I was down that way. I was debating whether to take a handheld with me, but I decided not to. And I was also toying with the idea of whether I'd familiarize myself with All-Star and maybe check into one of the nets up this way. But again, didn't do that either. But so I need to get back into things. But now that I'm back and see what's going on, but on the bands. But I'd really like to get out and do some portable work. But there again, it's a little disheartening, to go and set up, your station, antennas and all that out in the park type of thing, and hear nothing but crickets. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's I guess that's about. Yeah, I started to hear about that Treasures in the Trunk flea market being canceled. That's too bad. I usually like to go to that. I know I bumped into you a couple times there, Rick. But alas, not to be this time, and we'll just have to see what happens as time moves forward. So anyway, I'll swing it back to you and pass along 73 to you. I'll listen along for a little bit, but I'll let you try and see if you can pick up some others there, Rick. V3BK, V3CAMQ.
Yeah, okay, Mike, good to hear you in there. V3KMQ, V3BK. Yeah, they're promoting October the 3rd. I think it's October the 3rd. Anyway, the big flea market, that'll be going for sure. Anyway, okay, we're clear with V3KMQ and looking for any more check-ins on the Monday night HF net. Anybody anywhere, please go now.
Victor Echo 3 Uniform Whiskey.
Okay, VE3 Uniform Whiskey. Yeah, how you doing there, Mac, over?
Oh, we're doing fairly well. I'm crying in my beer, though, because I heard Scrooge canceled Christmas. And somebody whipped out on the Grimsby Treasures in the Trunk. Tell me the story, would you?
Okay, well, I told him not to be hasty. that it would be missed, and a lot of people wouldn't commit themselves to last minute. I've seen that myself trying to organize things. So, but anyway, they were crying the blues because there wasn't enough vendors sign up for it. There was, not too many vendors. So they didn't want to have a poor showing and, whatever. So they decided, well, we'll wait till the end of June, and we'll have a vote at the meeting. Club meeting was the 28th, and wait till the end of June, see how many vendors show up, and then decide whether it's going to be canceled or not. So anyway, that's the way it goes. And myself, I think, personally, that's my opinion. Personally, I think that you're better off to have a poor showing, and it's just like having bad weather. If you have bad weather, people show up anyway. And, they come out and they talk about the bad weather, and they go to restaurants and have a good time anyway. So that's my opinion. But anyway, well, that's the way it goes, and you have to go along with what they decide, so majority rules, and that's what they come up with. So myself, I'm kind of disappointed too, but anyway, because even though, well, in the last couple of years, they didn't make very much in the way of money for people coming. They probably would have lost money on this one, but still would have been, there's a lot of hams that like just going there just to write you with their buddies they haven't seen. They talk to them on the air maybe, but they don't see them all the time there. Back to you.
Well, that's exactly the thing, right? We all look forward to the treasures in the trunk because that's the first local slot we get to go and rub elbows with the guys that we've only talked to on the radio. How much money does the club pay the church for using the parking lot?
Oh, not very much. I think it was $50 or less than 100. Anyway, something like that. I don't know if it went up this year or not. I wasn't involved with that anymore. I'm not the treasurer, so. But, it wasn't that much really. But I know that, with something like that, they were only charging for the tables, and anybody that wasn't a club member was $5. So they actually raised their prices, maybe, yeah, the prices are still reasonable compared to other clubs, right? But, I don't know. That's, they didn't make a whole lot of money on that last year, so maybe that's had something to do with it too there, Mac. I don't know. Anyway, I heard you announce on the weekend the 220 was flat. Well, I had visitors I couldn't get on, so I wasn't there. I would have liked to have been able to get on there and try the 220. I think 220 from here to Dundas should have worked, but anyway. Well, we'll have to wait till next time, and tell us about that, Mac. On the Saturday morning, I guess it was. So you guys sound like you had fun, and people getting more than 300 contacts at a park. That is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. So you got quite a number of guys spread out at 4 different parks. Some locals that are hunting us from the outside, and what do we have? Let's say 16 operators, maybe more, and 10 or 11 bands, depending on how many you could work. And some of the guys were working twofers and threefers, so it pretty quickly adds up. But overall, I would say this event was an example of thinking on your feet and recovering from adversity. So The guys at Dundas Valley Park, they had to bundle up because they had a stiff wind and they were cold. At our park, Crooks Hollow, I pushed the wrong button and I made my HF antenna shut down. We had to re-strategize and work the upper bands with my Pac-12 antenna. The guys over at Canal Park, they smoked a tuner, so they had to come up with an alternate strategy there. And one of the guys, his battery let him down, so they had to use an alternate battery. So let's see, the remaining fourth part, he ended up with a bunch of QRM coming back into his microphone, so he had to make some rash adjustments to his setup in order to combat that. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, but we still managed to have okay contact, and everybody got at least 10 bands in their logs so that the parts they were working goes towards their I'm still really disappointed with your executive's decision to shut down Christmas. OMG, for the $50, I'd throw that in just to make sure the event occurs. Run it at a loss for a year. Who cares? Let the people get together and do what they do. Don't charge anything for vendors. Don't charge anything for people coming in. Run it at a net zero. And you can count on Mac White for a donation of $50 to cover off the cost of using up the parking lot. We got to be resilient. Even though idiots worldwide are causing impact to fuel prices and all the rest of that stuff, we got to keep on doing what we're doing. If we cower away and hide in our basement, then total anarchy will persist. So that's my 2 cents worth there, Rick. I'm not going to get any more political than that. I'll send it back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. VE3UW from V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay. Yeah. Hey, well, anyway, I was going to mention about you were saying Murphy was in there, and that is something that people don't understand about the HF nets. HF period. You've got to go with what conditions you have at the time. It may not be ideal, but you kind of study solar cycles and solar storms and what time of day and what time of the year things are good and things aren't so good, and that is it. So that's part of the HF experience, and it's just like field day. If you go look up field day, you'll see what it is. It's an exercise to see the readiness of ham radio operators to set up stuff. So there you go. Anyway, and as far as the other thing goes, let's hope things settle out. And I heard that the tariffs and all that stuff were dropped, so maybe things will get a little more back to normal. Maybe it'll never be the same, I don't think. But anyway, let's hope everything gets back to normal. And I heard there was a lot of emergency situations south of the border there. If you got to feel bad for those guys. Anyway, let's carry on and see what's going on. As far as the executive go, making that decision, you're probably right on that. Better off to cut something or whatever and try and get more people to go. But it's all a learning experience. Everything's a learning experience. So some of the younger executives that's on there now, they have to learn things for themselves, and that's just what will happen. Okay, anyway, this is, so we're clear with VE3 Uniform Whiskey, and this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, and we're located in Hamilton, Ontario, at the west end of Lake Ontario, streaming live on YouTube under VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu. So if you go on the YouTube stream and go into the chat box, Chuck will be more than willing to chat with you and give us your call sign if you have one, or tell us if you're working on being a ham or whatever. Just check in with Chuck and give him a hello. Okay, and this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're looking for check-ins anywhere, anybody, anywhere, and all our friends south of the border, you're more than welcome too. So this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Please go now.
0 BS, K41, everybody.
Yeah. You copy? The business is a little busy. Do you copy though? Over?
Yeah, I copy you. Go ahead.
Another frequency somewhere, people was on there, so if you find another frequency, tell me where it is, I'll come back.
Yeah, 58.
50 what? 58, okay.
Okay, see you later, guys. Yeah, we're having a net here. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody want to check in, please go now. Geez, I thought that was Tom at first, but whoever it was, anyway, they were more than welcome to check in too. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere can check into our net. Please go now.
VA3 CJZ. That threw me for a loop there, Rick. I thought those were check-ins.
That was a double.
Oh, who did I double with? Go ahead.
Oh, that was VA3 CJZ. Just saying hi. No activity in the chat on the YouTube stream, but we do have people that are watching. So hello and good evening from Hamilton, Ontario. And geez, yeah, those two guys who came in there, I thought those guys were like doubling to check into the net, but obviously they wanted to use this frequency.
Yeah, I think they showed up here and then they went up to 158, I think. So, yeah, well, that's the trouble with having it right on even frequency, like 150 or 155. You know, if you have it on right on the frequency, people do that. And so say, oh, yeah, meet me on 150, and then somebody's on there. Okay. Well, anyway, I thought they were checking in too. Okay, anybody else out there wants to check in? Anybody on YouTube stream? Welcome aboard. And yeah, we're glad you're listening in. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt in Hamilton, Ontario. We're looking for check-ins. Okay, I can always hear the guys in the far distance there sometimes. Anyway, where I'm listening. Anyway, I found that I had one attenuator on that I didn't plan on having on, so maybe that was why my signals were never quite as high as what other people were giving me. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. I got that turned off now, and you know, the noise is still there. So anyway, looks like the band's in pretty good shape though, and we're not getting spikes all over the place like we do sometimes from atmospheric noise. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're looking for check-ins. Please go now.
VA3 CJZ. Rick, I'll take a signal report. If you want to look at your meter, you're at a solid 20 to just over 20 there, Rick. Back to you.
Okay, you're the same. You're the same you always are. 20 over on my needle. I got no preamps on or anything. So, yeah.
Me neither.
Anyway, you're solid 20 over there. So great audio too. Great audio, and you don't. Are you? What mic are you on? Are you on the boom mic? You said you solved the problem. Over.
No, I decided to stick with the handheld for the HF bands, and on UHF VHF I can switch over to the studio mics and still get great sound.
Oh, do you have the mics on a switch of some kind?
No, I just manually unplug the handheld, and the other plug for the studio mic is right beside it. I just swap them out.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Although I have bought boxes and stuff that had things in it to do that, but
yeah, I've seen those actually. They're pretty cool. You can have however many 5, 6 microphones plugged in, and you just turn the switch, and it picks the microphone that you want. That's pretty neat.
and so we haven't had any hams check in there, and yeah, we haven't heard Eddie there from Japan there on this one for a while there. Over.
Yeah, I think we doubled there, Rick. Eddie checked into the 7 o'clock net that I had on for the Monday night UHF net, and I think he has to get ready for work. It is Tuesday morning, so yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. Penny doing there at all. Okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're running the HF net for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club on a Monday night. Anybody, anywhere, please go now. Okay, and listening to the SDRs, sometimes I do hear things that other people don't hear, and that is because of where it's located. Usually, like I am getting a little, the odd DX station coming in there from South America. So, other people may not hear that, but anyway. But nothing's been too bad. Just those two guys there, and I guess they were talking over me or whatever. And I thought somebody said something about a V3. I don't know whether they were VEs or from somewhere else, but who knows. Anyway, anybody, anywhere, if you want to check into our net, this is an HF net on Monday night for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. You do not have to be a member to check in. The American hams are more than welcome as well. V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Yeah, anyway, I was playing with a smart TV today and listening to your net there of myself talking, and boy, oh boy, my audio is pretty sharp. I hear maybe I should turn it down a bit. Anyway, turn it down a bit, but it's probably still good, pretty crisp. Anyway, that is definitely good for DX. I have broken pileups, even though my audio was lower, or my signal was lower. But anyway, so we're looking for check-ins on this net for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Anybody, anywhere, if you're out there, please go now. Okay, this net runs Monday from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 0 Zulu to 1 Zulu, and at 1 Zulu or at 9 p.m. we usually go to 10 meters, 2845, and usually it's not really a net, it's just mostly mostly guys around here talk on it like a rag tube. and anybody that can hear us is welcome in there. And if the band happens to be open with backscatter or whatever, we welcome anybody in there, and we all get a chance to work them too. Okay, this is B3 Bravo Kilowatt again. Anybody anywhere, please go now. Okay, here's a hint for people with microphones that get a frayed cable. Okay, there's some, I bought some, it's called, well, what's it called? Tape. It's called liquid tape. Liquid tape, and I got some black liquid tape, and I had my Linko mic got frayed right at the microphone, right where the cable comes out. So I put a little bit of that black liquid tape on it, and it did a fantastic job. So it's better than regular tape because regular tape will peel off usually after a little while and maybe make a mess, maybe get sticky all over your hands. But this liquid tape there did a fantastic job. So there's a little hint, and the only other way would be to shorten the cable and put the excess inside, and you might have to take the mic all apart for that. Anyway, there's a hint for the evening. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt looking for chickens. Please go now. Sounds pretty quiet. Hey, Chuck, did you get involved with the guys on Saturday morning at all?
VA3 CJZ. Well, Rick, I tried. Getting around the bend of the escarpment to the west end where they were was a bit of a challenge. I could only get them on a couple of guys on a couple of bands, but nowhere near the amount of contacts I was hoping for. And so it was a bit of a letdown, but I've always had trouble getting around the escarpment there in that end, Rick.
Yeah, I think I would have the same problem probably. So, yeah, the 220 though, I was really surprised to hear they didn't work anybody on 220. I'm sure that I worked Dundas before on 220, so you know, I worked the repeater in King, Ontario as well. So yeah, I don't know. Well, it depends. The band conditions must have been really poor, and if they got 300 contacts, it couldn't have been that bad. They must have gone on the, you know, they must have got all the contacts on 20 or something like that, probably. Yeah, or the low bands, anybody close low band maybe. Yeah, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Yeah, I had visitors, so I couldn't do anything early that day, and they were here till after supper. So anyway, that's the way it goes some weekends. But I noticed that there was quite a few CQ Worldwide WPX CW logs turned in, and so I guess there was quite a bit of activity on CW. So the CW seems to get through even when we have poor conditions, something like digital, you know. But anyway, not as good as digital, but almost. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt again. Let's see if there's anybody else out there want to check into Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HF net. Anybody's welcome.
I'm going to run up and make a coffee, Rick. I'll be right back. VA3 CJZ.
Yeah, Roger, Chuck. Okay, this is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net on a Monday night. We moved up to 7150 so that anybody south of the border could also get in here on phone. And so anybody anywhere, if you're out there and you can hear me, please go now. Yeah, I hear somebody tuning up. So if you're out there and you can hear me, go now, please. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamfests Radio Club. Anybody anywhere, if you want to check into our net, please go now. This net runs Monday nights from 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or from 0 Zulu to 1 Zulu at the present time. And we after 9 o'clock, we usually go to 28,485 for a ride to. So anybody anywhere, our friends south of the border as well, anybody anywhere, if you can hear me, please give me a call, B3 Bravo Kilowatt. Sounds like somebody tuning up. Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Looking for check-ins. Okay, this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. And B3 Bravo Kilowatt, Rick on the mic, and we're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Hamilton, Ontario is located on the west end of Lake Ontario, and we're here every Monday night between 8 and 9 Eastern Standard Time. That's 0 to 1 Zulu. And anybody anywhere can check into our net. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Yeah, usually at 9 p.m. or 1 Zulu or thereabouts. We take last minute check-ins, of course, on 40, but then we move over to 28,485. For a local ride queue, and usually 10 meters is not open at that time of night. So anybody anywhere, if you're out there and you can hear me, please go now.
The 3RYI?
The 3RYI, holy jeez. I definitely can hear you there. Go ahead.
How you doing, Rick?
Yeah, not too bad. So, is the little woman home, and are you behaving yourself?
Oh, yeah. She got home, no problem. And the next day we went out to the trailer, so start seeing what we need out there, and seeing what we forgot to take out, and all that. So, and we came back today, so I'm pretty much pooped. Ready for bed tonight.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Hey, so what kind of shape was your battery in? You heard the story about Tom's battery. It was still 100%, and he said you guys did a great job. So, did you make one yourself too?
No, the trailer came with its own fairly new battery, so I'll probably look for a little solar panel hook up to it like I used to do with the boat. and have it just hanging somewheres and let that keep the battery. I ain't gonna be pulling the battery in and out. And if the battery does go
Richard.
belly up, I'll make a pack like like Tom's, but I'm gonna make it twice the size.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Anyway, well, I bought one already all assembled there for my station backup, and so far, knock on wood, that thing has been great. It hasn't gone down at all, and while I've used it a couple of times, I could switch over and you wouldn't know the difference, because with it being 100 amp hour, I can run it, full tilt there for a little while. Anyway, I wouldn't want to do that for long, but anyway, it's there, it's good, and and I put one of them in my UPS, and one of them lithium metal phosphate, what are they, PO3s or whatever they're called. Anyway, I put one of them in my UPS, and the stupid UPS idiot light stays on because it says the voltage is lower. Well, yeah, of course it's lower than lead acid, but as far as the UPS goes, it drives it just beautiful. The UPS is nothing more than an inverter with a relay. So, the relay clicks on when the power goes out, and you're actually on an inverter with a 12-volt battery feeding it there. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm in no rush right now, but I had to take the mobile 7000 out there, the tuner, and put a big 42-foot vertical on the back of the trailer and run that. And I'll probably run it right to the battery, take the power off the battery. But like I say, that ain't gonna be no rush for that. We got other things that we gotta buy and spend our money on just to be able to get through the season.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, enjoy it while you can. And I was talking to Murray today, and he's getting up there. They gave up on Florida because that was too much trouble going there and back every year, and then we hit the pandemic. So they have a trailer somewhere north of here, and anyway, he says he thinks he's going to sell it. It's getting to be too much work. So, I guess when you have a trailer like that, it's like home away from home, and come wintertime, you got to worry about draining the water and all that other stuff too. So, it's like a house trailer. Anyway, I guess how big is your trailer? You got, what, a 35-footer or something like that?
No, 28 or 30 foot.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, so that's a good size, though. It's got everything in it, right?
Oh, yeah, same as what Tom's. I think Tom's is 33 foot or something like that, so just not as long. So, yeah, different layout. I got a shorter couch, two-man seat couch, but I got a longer dinette table. It's got a bench that goes along the wall where Tom's didn't. Tom's got the longer couch, and he's got a two-bench coming off of the wall and the table coming off the wall. So if you can only sit four, I can sit easy 5, 6 around my table. So that ain't counting the table on a chair on the outside. So, but pretty much the same. I think his countertop is a little longer. It's like an L shape. I think his is a little longer than ours. I know when our slide out is pulled in, I can walk right to the bathroom and that. So with Tom's, I don't think he can do that.
Oh yeah, they all got to be different. Well, they're made by different people, and Anyway, well, that's something I never did. I never I think Vic's trailer, the only trailer that I was I was in stayed overnight and stuff, but and that was a small one, you know. But we did most of our camping, I guess, in tents, so that's the difference, I guess. But anyway, yeah, having a good table like that's good for getting everybody sit around the table and drinking beer when all the mosquitoes and blackflies are out.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, but yeah, well, it's just learning things, right? Learning what when you come home, what to shut off, shut down, turn off, or whatever, and what to bring home. And then going out, okay, what are we taking? Remember what to take, like the sleeping mask machine. Well, I got an old one, so I'm going to take that out, leave that out there, and just take the mask. Well, yeah, that's good. That's no good if you don't remember to bring it back home. So on the way home, I had to stop and buy another mask. And then got home, and then go have something to eat, go take my needles for the sugar, and it's like, oops, forgot them up there too. So I had to go to the drugstore, order just the one needle pen that takes cartridges. So I get that tomorrow. So yeah, and then as we're pulling out, it's like, oops, forgot to roll in the awning. So I got to make a list of things to do to open, or to open, things to do each time you arrive, and then things to do when you leave the trailer, and then things to do to close it up.
Exactly, I would think so, yeah. Well, first thing I comes to mind here would, when you're leaving, you know, make a list of what you should bring next time, what you forgot last time, that kind of thing, anyway. Okay, so anybody else, we haven't had too many check-ins here tonight, although we did have KMQ is back from Texas, and he was down visiting family down there and says it's hot down in Texas, 96 degrees, something like that, really hot. So anyway, it's been pretty more reasonable temperatures around here. It's I like the Fahrenheit scale. It's been 85 in my backyard, 82, 75, 78. Yeah, hey, pretty good temperatures, I would say.
Yeah, well, it's nice out there. They got 2 swimming pools, saltwater swimming pools, and they're heated. Laura said it's like going into a hot tub.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic, yeah. Yeah, and the salt water, you float better on those, too. I've been in the ocean, and, you know, you definitely float better in salt water.
That's what Laura was saying when she was on the boat cruise down at one of the islands. She went in the water. She said she's like half her body was floating out of the water. But I guess her niece's daughter, she's so muscular and there's no fat or less oxygen in her. She just sinks.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Yeah, anyway, well, it looks like I lost the one here. I'll just hang it up. Anyway, looks like we're at the top of the hour, and, okay, let me make another call. Any last-minute check-ins on 40 meters? This is Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Anybody anywhere can check in. If you can hear us, please go.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee.
Oh, there he is. Paul, BD3CSY. Yeah, how you doing there, Paul? And you're in at the top of the hour.
I got home just a little while ago, just finished scarfing down dinner, and been listening for a little while, about 10 minutes or so. But I managed to sneak in before the clock turned. So, yeah. No.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, yeah, what was I going to ask you? No, it slipped my mind. I was going to ask you something. Anyway, oh, yeah, Yeah, the game, who ended up winning that? Is it over now? I think somebody said it was over there, and how did Montreal do, and how did Toronto do? I forget who was running. I didn't actually watch it.
Well, that's okay. There's not many hockey fans amongst amateurs, but Toronto never even made the playoffs, and Montreal lost to Carolina in 5 games. They beat them the first game, but Carolina was rusty. Once they got their game going, they decimated Montreal, wiped them off the planet, took all the next 4 games. And it's not over yet. The final contest will be between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Las Vegas Knights. And that game starts on Tuesday, tomorrow night, actually, game 1.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think they were talking about something different, too, with Toronto. Toronto was supposed to be in, but yeah, okay. Well, Montreal didn't do that well. Oh well. Okay. Anyway, that's good. And top of the hour. So Mark's in there as well. Say hello to Mark. And I guess Mark just got back there. We'll run a little bit overtime here on 40 there. Go ahead there, Paul.
Oh, yes, good evening, Mark. And I was listening. I heard the whole thing when you came in and checked in. So I was munching down pretty heavily there, trying to get my food down. So, yeah, we can talk a little more at a leisure in 10 meters, but good stuff. Boy, everything is just coming up roses for you today. And, Rick, I just want to make one comment. Montreal did pretty damn good considering they weren't even expected to get very far in the playoffs. So for a team that wasn't expected of them, they did well. They just ran into a team that was just better. That's all there is to it. They have nothing to be ashamed about.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I understood, too. Montreal did good for what they did. Anyway, okay, that's great. Okay, and I wonder if Chuck's back there. He's going for coffee. Chuck, are you back? We're ready to go to 10 meters.
Rick, VA3 CJZ still here. We've got a couple of check-ins there. We've got VE3 Zulu Victor Yankee, Richard from, geez, where's he from there? I don't know that place. Where is he? Clinton, Ontario. Yeah, VE3 Zulu Victor Yankee. Good evening, Richard. He's going to try and follow us on 10 meters. 28,485 when we go there. And of course, Damien has stopped by to listen in. VA3 Charlie Oscar Foxtrot. So back to you, Rick.
Okay, very good. Okay, hello, Richard. VA3 ZVY from Clinton. That's good. Good. And also Damien VA3 COF. Welcome aboard. Okay, we're going to switch over to 10 meters, and if you guys are listening on YouTube, you can just sit back and Chuck will do the work. So anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Any last minute check-ins? Anybody else? Okay, we're past the top of the hour, so we're going to 28,485. 28,485, I'll see you there. V3 BK Q-Sweat. Kilowatt. Anybody else on board?
VE3RYI, I'm pointed towards Richard if we're going to make any noise to him.
Well, you're 40 over. I'm not even pointing at you. Oh, yeah, I'm almost pointing at you.
I'm pretty much pointing right over you.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit off on. a little bit off there, not too much though. A little bit off. Let's see, if I point right at you, I think I have to go probably about there. Probably made no difference to you at all.
Didn't see the needle move.
Yeah, I only moved a couple of degrees anyway. Yeah, I moved it, you know, like Al said, this thing, it's got nulls on the corners, and I got to put it just about there. That's the best place I get Paul, and I get him better on there. And my loop, you know, the loop I got around the roof, it is quieter and it picks up good, and I can use it for 80 meters. It is a little bit quieter, but you know what? It's not as good as the beam.
Well, I'm pointing it right at your house now.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, well, you're still about 40 over. So you're going to run power, you 100 watts.
I am just doing 100 watts.
Roger. That's all I'm running right now. So, yeah, in fact, I should tune my amp on, get the dust out of the tubes. Yeah, I haven't had it on for a while. I haven't done any contests. Usually I'll use it for contesting. And I quit using it for the nets because they complained about me out in Western Canada. They were actually hearing me on their net. So, you know, otherwise we could run with 100 watts and not bother each other.
Yeah, so I get you about 28 over dB.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. Anyway, I was listening on my smart TV today on YouTube. I had it on YouTube, and I'm subscribed to VA3CJZ. That's anybody out there listening right now on YouTube. Anyway, I was listening on one of the nets that he did for us here, and boy, oh boy, I was kind of impressed. I was impressed on how well that radio receives too, even some of the weak ones. And I know there was one station that Chuck couldn't hear, but I could hear it through the SDR, and you know, that was Peter, V3XLQ. He was up at Tim Hortons using the antenna. Now, when he was on 40, he came in really good, but on 10 meters, we could hardly hear him. I had to point right at him.
Yeah, so, well, I don't know, put a call of VE3 Zulu Victor Yankee, Victor Echo 3 Zulu Victor Yankee. Copy Victor Echo 3, Radio Yankee India, Richard. We're giving it a try. I don't know if we'll be making it. I think we're too close and not far enough.
Yeah, he can still hear you on YouTube. So he can always tell Chuck whether he could hear you or not.
Yeah, so, no, I'm not hearing him at all.
No, me neither.
There's somebody tuning up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably Chuck. Yeah, anyway, yeah, are we on the YouTube stream there, Chuck? Are you back? Over?
VA3 CJZ, I'm back, and that wasn't me. Oh, I have to tune up.
It's gonna be you.
Maybe it's one of his neighbors.
Yeah.
it's better, so I'm getting a reflection or something. Anyway, yeah, it's good. Yeah, he was in Clinton, Ontario, Richard, and I don't know where that is exactly. Does anybody know where that is?
Halfway between Goderich and Grand Bend.
Ooh, okay, I know exactly where that is.
All right, I'm back there, Rick, and Mark, and Paul, I guess.
Good evening, Chuck.
Hey, good evening, Paul. You're sounding good tonight.
I know, I'm just a couple kilometers from you. Clinton, Ontario. My God, that's by Goderich. That's very far away. He can hear us on 10. Sorry.
And that's what I was saying. He's too close and not far enough.
That would be considerably short even for sporadic E, so no, it's not going to work for him. But Clinton, Ontario, boy, that's an interesting little town. Lots of snow in the winter. I like that area where he lives.
Yeah, well, that's what's so good about the YouTube stream. They can get on there and listen anyway, you know, even if you haven't got a radio set up. So somebody shut in could even listen on there. And I proved to myself going on the club remote. I went on the club remote on my laptop, sitting in my living room, and man, oh man, I could hear real good. So somebody that shut in, you know, if they can join up remote groups, and I know that Andrew RYI, B3 RYI in Brantford. He's set up with a group in the States and also his buddy in Brantford. So that's all he does. He's in an apartment now. He didn't even bother trying antennas.
Well, restricted space station is a pretty tough thing to do. Us apartment dwellers have a lot of experience with that. So, yeah, I mean, look, if you can just use the internet instead of having anything outside the building, whatever, yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, I like the way you did it. That is excellent. But, you know, like he was, he's not too good at putting stuff up and all that. And he's got some health issues. So, you know, for him, he made a deal with his buddy in Brantford, and his buddy's got his amplifier and everything, so all set up over there, and he gets the use of the beam and everything now. So fantastic signals, and when he's a CW nut, and when he's not on, people go looking for him, I'm telling you. So, you know, like if I was into CW, I probably could work them every day, but I don't do CW early in the morning like he does.
Well, I had a different thought the other day, and I was going to put it over you and see what you think.
Okay, go ahead. What?
Seeing as you're trying to drum up, you know, membership for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, if somebody were to join the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club that, say, lived in, well, I don't know, Clinton, Ontario, they could be using the internet remote in because they're a club member, right?
Yeah. Well, that you know, so far that remote is not used by a whole lot of people because of, I don't know, whether they're scared of it or they didn't want to sign up for it or what. Even club members aren't using it. But you know, you know, like you said, it's a good thing to have there. So if somebody wants to use the remote, all you got to be is advanced to use the remote and be a club member, and that's it. You know, then you just make sure that you don't interfere with somebody else's time. So you know, they only want one guy on the remote at a time. That's you know, it's not like an SDR where you can have a whole bunch of people on there listening at the same time. This is, you're actually transmitting, so you know, only one guy can be on time on there at a time. And I know that Barry and myself were on there once, and it was very confusing because the VFO kept turning and going to different places, and whoever goes first, tunes it first, I guess makes it work. Well, we had more than one on at the time, but we were still experimenting at that time. Over.
Well, I think you kind of missed the point of what I was saying originally. All I was saying is that you might be able to expand the area that you promote membership in, because you could live, say, as far away as Clinton, and you could still become a member of the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, pay your annual dues. But one of the benefits, of course, is that you get to use the remote station. And from Clinton to Hamilton, that's a pretty big hop. He could join one in Owen Sound, he could join a club in Toronto, he could join a club in Windsor, and have a bunch of remote radios at his fingertips. Clinton's pretty isolated, so look, it was just a thought to maybe you need to expand your advertisement range to join the club. That's kind of what I was saying. Well, I really fumbled that, didn't I?
Yeah, I got the point. I got it. Yeah. Well, but also reminds me of something we already have in. We already have advertised, or they have membership outside Hamilton. If you live in Grimsby, it wouldn't apply to you, but if you lived in say Caledonia, or you lived in Grimsby, you can get your membership half price. So that's another thing. So if you live in Kingston, you could use a remote through the internet and pay half the dues. That is a good thought to. I should suggest that to the executive and let them advertise. Yeah, good point there, Paul. Over.
Well, remote radio operation by clubs is a new thing. I mean, they always had repeaters and stuff. They had telephone links. They had telephone patches earlier on. But remoting in via a radio the club hosts is a relatively new thing. I mean, Burlington's got a 7300 on the air, and you can remote into them too if you join the Burlington Club. So it's becoming a popular thing. So I was just thinking that now that the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club has one, you might start thinking about expanding your advertising footprint. That's all.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Well, you know what they did do? They told the club members to sign up for the time you would like to use the remote. And of course not anybody did, so we use that remote on Thursdays when Marty gets in from the warplane. But I don't know if anybody else ever uses it or not. I have used it myself just to test and to play, and I've checked in with Randy on it, and a few things like that. I've checked into TPNet on it right from my laptop in my living room. So that is fantastic. I learned the laptop in the living room works a lot better with the headset, because my audio was too hot on the pickup there, and of course, and my wife got real cheese with me, wanted me to get the heck out of the living room. So if you're gonna play radio, go in the ham room, But anyway, yeah, that's a good point. Any hams that are shut-ins, especially, could do something like that. And that's a good point. I've got to bring that up to Andrew. Like if he wants to use a Hamilton remote, he could. He's advanced. Anyway, good point. Good point. Anyway, over to somebody else there. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Thanks for that, Paul.
You'd attract mostly seniors, but there's a lot of shut-ins and elderly people, and it might be something that they're not aware of, that these remote stations are available. They're not hard. I don't know about the sign-up sheet thing. First come, first serve, but put put a thing on it, a half hour it times out, or 1 hour and it drops the connection. I want to just warn the people beforehand. If they want to continue to use it, they just re-sign in and start the next half-hour session or whatever. Getting people to sign up for a time slot's inconvenient, and it doesn't work, especially with old people. Anyway, I think Mark has made it here too, so good evening, Mark.
Yeah, hello, Paul. So, yeah, well, that's what Mike Panopoulos, he started that, getting the remote done for the Burlington Club, and I was helping him in that, and then he passed away. So I end up, just before he passed away, I gave him a nice server for the computer for doing the remote, and then I gave him the same kind of backup power I got, and I gave the extra bank of batteries that would fit mine. I gave them that, 2 banks of batteries, and the controller for the charging. I believe they got rid of that. They didn't want that, but when I handed them the server, they were all drooling over it and everything else because it was so good or something. So, but Mike wanted to get it going for the old guys that are in homes and that they can log in on a computer and use it.
Yeah, but my point is that you don't have to live in the area.
Yeah, well, it was for anybody, right? Anybody that was, I guess, a member of the club. Now, I don't know if Burlington Club has out-of-town membership fees or whatever, but it was pretty much, I guess, 3 older guys sold off all their equipment, and they end up going into like an old age or small condominium places and that. So Mike was looking out like for them to be able to do remote. Now, how many people has used the Burlington? I don't know. The one guy out in Ancaster, Chris is his name. I heard him one time on the Hamilton, and I got him one time on the Burlington. So he's the only one I've ever heard on any of them.
Oh yes, I talked to Chris on the Burlington. I was surprised how well that worked considering their setup, right? But yeah, and I've heard a bunch of people on the Hamilton one. Mainly because it was new and guys like Rick were plugging in and checking it out. But yeah, again, like I said, if you're looking for membership, and maybe people, used to live in this area, because it's a pretty populous area, right? The Golden Horseshoe, Toronto, Hamilton, Niagara Falls. So maybe they're living elsewhere or up in cottage country or moved east and, want to talk to people around here. So again, I think maybe you could advertise it a little and try to reach more people in a wider area. That's my suggestion. I'm not a club member. I can't access anything, or I don't have any privileges, and I have no right to make suggestions, really. So, all right. Heard about your trailer. Cool. 2 thumbs up. I'm loving it. So over to Rick for a final comment on this.
That's a good point. They can be out of town. Well, we had a member that was out in Nova Scotia, and he got his newsletter and everything else, and also he was in our HARCIO group, which you got to be a member to get in that too. But anyway, he did it mostly so that he knew what was going on in Ontario, and I wasn't signed up for anything down his end, but he's also a member of some club in Nova Scotia there, over.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, I mean, if you're just going to operate the radio for HF skip or DX contesting, that sort of thing, there are probably closer radios these people could use. Let's say he was in New Brunswick. But if you were to advertise along with the club membership in the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, a small list of things that people he could talk to on certain frequencies at certain times. For instance, the net on 40 meters that we just came off of, the rag chew on 485, you could list those as local groups to talk to while you're advertising for the club. So they, they can see a purpose and a reason to maybe plunk down their hard-earned dough.
Yeah, just another one to add to the list. If you go on the HamiltonARC.com right now and go to membership, it does list benefits of membership. So that's another thing that should be added for sure. And anybody that goes on the internet can see that too. So that's advertisement. And also word of mouth, on our club. And that's like, we could have somebody from the club come on here on 2845, and it'd probably work pretty good. It's not too far away. It's right in Hamilton, so I would think it'd work pretty good. It's got that antenna that you suggested on it. I suggested it to them, and they liked the idea, and they went along with it.
It's an extremely low maintenance vertical, so it's all directions, low angle radiation. It solves a lot of maintenance problems, and it solves a lot of complexity because you don't have to have ground planes, and the damn thing, you just hit the auto tuner on that radio, and it doesn't matter where you are and what band it'll tune. Well, it won't do 160, but anyway, yeah, it's just it's a compromised antenna. You lose about half the power through all the losses and that thing. So you lose 3 dB, which is about half an S unit. So that's all you're going to lose in that antenna, but there is a loss to it. So, people grumble about that, but all in all, for the bucks you spent and the reliability of it and compactness, and it doesn't look like a piece of junk or crap. I mean, it really does fit on the building nicely. It looks like it belongs there. I think it was a good compromise, and that's why I suggested it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, good compromise. Well, you know what? I was playing with it, and even on 160, you can go there and listen.
Power failure?
Yeah, it doesn't do 160, but you can still go there and listen.
Oh, yeah, the broadband receiver. Well, I don't know what they're like modern receivers. You can probably listen everywhere. I mean, even the AM broadcast bands and below that. So you can always listen on those bands. Absolutely. In fact, you should try that one time. See what the local stations like 680 News and, well, I was going to say 900 CHML, but they're off the air now. There's 820 and there's 1050 and 1430. There's some local AM stations. You should try it, see if that'll tune and what it sounds like.
Yep, Barry did that. Barry, I think he was on 680. He listened a lot on 680 on that thing. And, yeah, he did that when we were testing. But now he's got his own machine, so he doesn't bother with the club one too much anymore, I don't think. But that's when we were beta testing. He'd go on 680 all the time.
Well, I'm just saying it will work. I don't think you want to promote people using it as a shortwave receiver. There's other sites for that. No, you want to keep it for, operating the radio, transmit and receive, right? So, anyway, just suggesting on how you can maybe drum up some support. There is no way I'm going to plunk my hard-earned cash down to join the Hamilton Radio Club right now because there's really no benefit to it. But that radio access, let's say I lived at the cottage or something, don't have any radio, well, then that membership will be worth it to me, the stingy guy Paul, me.
Exactly. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, well, good point. Anyway, let's check with Chuck. See, is anybody in there on YouTube there, Chuck? Over?
VA3CJZ. Well, we do have some viewers. Currently, we have eight people watching. I think Richard from Clinton is curious there. He was asking if the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club ever considered Echolink or All-Star. Do you know, Rick?
Yes, we have both. We have both on NCF. Look up B3NCF. We have a 2-meter and a 440 machine, and they both have Echolink. The Echolink I think is only on the 2-meter machine, but All Stars on both. So we actually have people checking in. We have a lady from India checking in on Monday night on the 2-meter net through the internet on All Star. So there you go, Richard. There's some information. And what we were just talking about too, if you want to join the club, it's half price for anybody outside of Hamilton. It's half price, and you can get in on the remote. You have to be advanced to get in on the remote, but you can actually get on the remote, and you could go to 2845 right now if you were a member and talk to us on the remote. So there you go. Anyway, maybe I should get on the remote, try it here, and see how well it works. I don't know what I'd have to change here to get on the remote. I haven't tried my new headset microphone on the computer. I'm not sure if it works or not. Might be a good test there. Anyway, you guys carry on. I might just do that. So we have a remote in Hamilton for HF. So it goes on all the work bands and everything. It has the antenna that Paul suggested on there and makes it very easy to tune up, and it seems to work pretty good. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. So hello, Richard, and that's something to think about there. B3ZBY. I guess you can't come back to me, but you can go back to check on the YouTube stream. V3BK.
Correct.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, they should even give more of a discount for off-continent membership. So like Reg in Australia can log in.
Yeah, that's right. He could.
Or open it up to the off-continent and let them log in.
Everybody over 80 years should be free.
Sure.
Yeah, well, that'll be a suggestion at our next exec meeting.
By the way, that guy in Clinton, Ontario, I don't know his name, but just tell him what the radio is. It's an ICOM 7300, remotely connected to the internet. It works great. Those are good radios. They're using a Comet CH250HD, which is a broadband vertical covering most of the HF bands. So that's what the club station is using, and it's mounted on the rooftop of a 6-story apartment building, if I'm not mistaken.
6 stories down by the harbor.
Harbor might not be relevant to him.
Yeah, down by the water is good.
The harbor of Lake Ontario, the west tip.
Yeah, well, especially on 10, you wouldn't be able to get in anywhere else. Anyway, I think I'm going to go try that, see if I can get it to work. So I'll be on the side, B3BK.
So Laura's put that order in for you, Paul.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very, very much. It's a much-needed device to add to any future build I do with large batteries. Boy, I just screwed up there. I didn't realize. Anyway, learning experience for me still. Saw the pics and heard you chatting with Rick there. Yeah, lots to do. It's a new place, and you know, it's exciting because it's new. And you got a nice park, from what I can tell. It certainly sounds good. And just a matter of you know, crossing the T's and dotting all the I's as far as putting food and items in it and all that other good stuff. So, yeah, it'll take time, but I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it was a good time out. Got to fix the bed. They replaced the camping mattress, put a proper mattress in it, so the bed is a lot longer. So Laura's got to squeeze her butt between the bed and the wall to get to her side. But I was looking at it. I could move that wall 4 inches for her and still have room to bring the slide-out wall in on that. But I'm going to take a saw up and I'm going to remodify the bottom end. I'm going to lose some storage space, but I'm going to lower that thing down about 8 inches. Right now, I'm just going to build some 8-inch blocks so that we can step up and get on the bed because it's so high. But for now, first thing I'm doing is going to put a 2x4 across the underneath from side to side because it's bowed down, and we tend to slide together a lot. So it's not as wide as our bed at home and on that. So, and trying to learn things. I had to read the manuals, water, how it's done and all that. And yeah, I got myself into a compartment underneath one of the bunks where the hot water tank is. I had to get down in there. I get into a position that an old man shouldn't have been in, and I was surprised I got myself out of it just to see, just look at a pipe.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Sometimes it's like that. I get it. I get it. So, what was the condition of that heater?
It wasn't the heater; it's the city water inlet. The whole, it's like a big loop. It's got a pump up at the front kitchen sink that sucks water out of the holding tank, water tank, and also has a tee-off and a couple of valves. So the tee-off, you can stick your hose into a antifreeze jug, shut off the tank, and have the pump suck and pump all your antifreeze through your system. The hot water tank has 2 shut-offs and a bypass. So before you do your antifreeze, you shut the 2 off, and you open up your bypass. Well, the cold water line that goes to the water tank is where the city water pressure comes in. Well, I was looking, trying to find a shut-off or something, because when I hook up the city water, we got no water. Only when we turn on the pump, open the tap, we get water. So there's a backflow somewhere. So I couldn't see the very top, so this is why I had to crawl underneath this bunk into the storage space to look up to see where the backflow is. But it's built in on that nozzle thing on the side of the trailer.
Oh, it's right on the entry point of the trailer. Well, okay, I guess that's a good place to put it. All right.
Yeah, so Laura's brother, well, she was talking to her dad and telling him what's going on, and you want information to travel in the Martins family? Oh yeah, just boom. Before she hung up, her brother was calling and explained to me what I had to do. So I'd take a pen, take the hose off, and go in and push the back check valve. He said his is stuck once or twice, and then he's had to replace it as well. So that's what I did, and it took quite a bit of pressure to pop it, but then it was easy, but it still wouldn't work. So they're coming out Thursday.
Who's coming out?
Where we bought the trailer from. I sent them an email, not a nasty email, a funny email. I told them about getting underneath in a position that an old man shouldn't be in, and that made it kind of funny and interesting of what things went through for the weekend, because we didn't get, it was delivered, Wednesday? They were late delivering at 4 o'clock, not late morning, but late afternoon. Didn't call me, said that they would be late. So I didn't get to do anything other than put the jacks down and then leave. We went out Friday night, and then Saturday start doing work, and told them what I did, this and that, and the things I found that wasn't right. Like they were supposed to oil the wall that pumps out, and they didn't. It made the same noise.
So they're coming out when to do all the repairs?
Thursday.
This Thursday, like in 3 days? That's good.
Yeah, so Well, I figure, well, instead of being pissed off email, I just make it a fun, friendly email and see how that works. So, and you got an email back, yeah, can you get the key, leave the key, or to drop the key off here so somebody can go out and look at it. And I just got to confirm tonight, tomorrow morning with Laura if she's got a doctor's appointment Thursday. If not, we'll head out Wednesday night.
Yeah, and just, leisurely have a good sleep and then wait for them to show up the next day. So I like the lighthearted approach. I mean, look, that stuff happens. Things are complicated now. Give them a chance to make right what is not working. And lots of places are good companies, and they do just fine. So, like I say, I think that's the right approach.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Like I said, I had to read all the manuals. I ended up sitting down reading all the manuals, trying to figure out this plumbing. And then I got going, and the TV, we asked about a remote for the main TV. You said, we were told that you'll try to get us one. I says, if not, we are understanding, we would get one. I says, but I cranked up the antenna like how we were showed, but I read in the manual that the antenna can turn if you pull this ring down. I said, well, you pull the ring down, I can't turn it, and I didn't want to force it. I said, that's one thing. I said, so we figured, I'll leave it up, let's see what the TV does. Find an on-off button on the TV. Nothing's happening, pull it out. There's no power to it. It needs a 19-volt power supply. I said, the one in the TV in the bedroom, it has a power, but it's 110 volts, so I can't use it on the main one. So why would they take this power supply out and not take the power cord off the back one? So stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's crazy. They took that and they left some AV cables and one length of coax cable for the TV.
Well, that's good. Most people wouldn't have that stuff, nor would they be able to crypt their own. So, yeah, I mean, that's fine. So, you're more than deserving. The power station, does it resemble anything like Tom's?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good system that Tom's got, so, okay, good stuff. I like it. Lots of LED lights everywhere, and no incandescent bulbs, right?
All LEDs. I was reading the manual on the power thing and the charger. Laura noticed that I had the cover off of it because the round where the fan is, it's all dirty, so I got it up on the sink. When I turned the sink on, the water pump came on. Well, then that made it to kick up into a higher 12-volt supply, right? And the fan kicked on because the fan came on. I said, well, yeah, because it's supplying more power for the water pump. So, but it's got like a 3-stage charging operating system for the 12 volts.
That's good. Tom's got the same thing, believe it or not, and most modern chargers have 3-stage charging. It's real easy to implement with computer chips these days, right? So, but that's good to hear. It'll treat your batteries well. Is there any kind of voltmeter in there that you can read?
There's not a meter, but it's got a display where you can go battery, 5, 6 lights, and then the next one is freshwater tank, how full it is, gray water, and black water. It just tells you how full the tanks are, and then with the battery. With the battery, though, it says that it's going to show full because you're on hydro. If you unplug and just go off the battery, then you'll see the battery more accurate.
Well, with lead-acid batteries, it's a state-of-charge meter, which is just a voltmeter, and they know how much capacity is left in the battery. bus voltage, but you know all this